Hello everyone and welcome back to Nocturnal Writings. I'm Sean Mazeral and this is day 4 of the lovely journey of writing short stories. So right now I'm about to, I think, get from Act 2 into the start of Act 3. Hopefully the baby is asleep, there is thunder and lightning and rain, and what better time to start writing. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to get right into it because I think I'm onto something here and I want to just dive right in and really get going. So let's do it. Okay, so I started with a plan, and like usual, I decided to deviate from that plan, which is fine. I think especially now in the early draft, it's good to go wherever the writing takes you. What I've done though is I've decided to change the voice. So at first I was using the first person through these first pages, but now I've decided to use the first person but for another character. So I saw this done recently and it seemed like a good idea for a more expanded story, so I want to give that a try, and then like always I can always whittle down if I want to. So but I do find it interesting. I recently read Summer of Night by Dan Simmons, and one of the things that really got me about that book was the way that he was able to build his characters in a way that just about every single character seemed like the main character. So you were constantly hoping to go back into that character's story because you just wanted to hear more about it. But each story was so well done that you wanted to hear all of them. So you were constantly going back between these perspectives, and it was really enjoyable. Probably one of the reasons why that book ends up being a lot longer than it probably needed to be, but because of it, the payoff is so much greater. So when a character in that book does move on, you really feel it, and you wonder what the book would be like if someone else had died instead and continued on with the other character. Anyway, so in my short story here, originally the first couple chapters were all based on the protagonist, and now I've decided to go into the eyes of the antagonist and look through her eyes and see how things go through her eyes. Quite frankly, it's very exciting to do that. It's always fun to write from the protagonist and just as fun to write from the antagonist. So, and as you know, in books and films, usually it's the antagonists that are a whole lot more fun. So they're not as square, to say the least. So that's what I attempted here, and the very start of my antagonist writing is based on her sort of transformation. So I started writing about her midway through her transformation, so there's no lead up to it. You can kind of see what's going on, but then boom, you're right into it, and it's all sorts of crazy. Because again, this is nocturnal writings, this is dark writing, this is horror, and I would like it to be horrific. So, time will tell. Again, I honestly don't know where this short story is going. I do have an ending for it. I don't know if it's going to get to that point though. I don't know if I'm going to completely go in another direction. If that's the case, I would like to rethink a new ending so I can have a point to get to. But you know, this one was fun. This was a good sit down. The words came out a lot more difficult, probably because I hadn't really thought about doing it this way, but the fingers wanted to go that way, so what could I do? And so the words came out a little bit tougher, so I ended up writing a lot less words than usual, but the direction is the way I want to go, and I'm happy with the direction, so hopefully I can continue further this way. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. I really appreciate it. Once again, this is Nocturnal Writings, and we'll see you tomorrow.